This is day 0 of, I'm going to try to make a vlog of me knitting my first full over cable sweater. I've never done a cable pullover before. I've done cables before. I've done a cable hat, and I've done the cable scarf, and I have done a few patterns that has some form of cabling or a thick texture to it, the Salty Days sweater, for example, but never something where it's 100% pullover. The issue that I'm running into right now, which is why I decided to vlog this, is that I don't know A, which pattern to do, or B, what yarn to use. I narrowed it down to 3. My first choice is the Arctic Light by Veronica Lindbergh. This is a all over cable sweater. It has a video tutorial with it. It's fully charted. I have the charts already printed out, so I'm good to go with that. I wouldn't need to I would get the support that I need, because not only does it have a video tutorial, but it also has a forum. So I can go onto the forum and just request support from different people if I'm struggling with the pattern. So that's option 1. With that particular option, I'm just going to hold my camera to it. This is the basket. There's the word. So I'm thinking of doing it with Knitting for Olive mohair. As you can see, there's a pink one right there. And I'm holding it together with Double Sunday in a white color. And the name of the white color, let's see. This is Double Sunday. I just worked out, so that's the reason why I look like this. It's the last day of the year, so I am doing this. All right. Oh, this is 100% merino, and you get 108 meters in every 50 grams. And it doesn't have a name of the colorway. It's 101. Oh, 1001. Lord, my 3rd grade teacher's probably like, Rachel, you know your math. So, as I was saying, that's option 1. Option 2 that I'm considering is the sweater number 20 by My Favorite Knitwear. I don't have the pattern handy. I know I printed it out. I just remembered like seconds ago that I printed out that particular pattern. So I have access to it. I don't need to actually do anything to have access to it. So the sweater number 20 would be knitted with this brown yarn. And so when I saw it, all I could envision that in a chocolate color. I could just see myself wearing it. And it's a really pretty brown that I think would look really nice on my skin tone. I don't think it would wash me out. I think it would really accentuate the tone of my skin. I think it would be a really nice blend. I would be holding it together. See, I think brown looks really good on me. It's a color I don't wear very often, so I was considering this. The other thing that popped into mind quite by accident is that I was fully set on knitting the Arctic Light in the white Double Sunday, the sweater 19, and the fisherman wool held together with this lace. But then watching all the YouTubes and getting various ideas, I got another idea. So another idea popped to mind is by Bare Naked Wool yarn. All right. So I have this yarn, which I plan to knit the Cloud Peak cardigan with it. And it actually is very soft and squishy, but I know that sometimes my skin could get a little irritated. So I was concerned that the rubbing against my skin, I would feel some slight irritation, which is why I was hesitant about using that. Regardless, if I were to use it, I would use it holding together with this yarn. So I was like, maybe I can do it in this color, because I don't have a gray or dove color cable pullover. So I was considering doing it with this, and with the fisherman wool, doing the Cloud Peak with that one, because I don't have a brown cardigan. And I used to have a really cute little brown cardigan I bought from Target years ago, but it's all stretched out. It has holes in it. Like when I say years ago, I'm talking about 2004. That's how long ago I purchased it. So in this brown, it would be perfect for it. So I'm leaning towards doing the Cloud Peak cardigan held together with this yarn and the fisherman wool. That way I don't have to worry about the irritation on my skin, because that's my biggest hesitation with the fisherman wool. I know it's going to be itchy. And so when I will be wearing the cardigan over another item, so that would be perfect. And I could just see myself with my boots. I have some brown boots and some gray boots that would look great with this, because there's little specks of gray that pops into it. oh, it would look so, so beautiful. So I can see myself wearing that with my jeans and a cardigan and a white button down shirt. So just in this conversation, it sounds like the brown is going to be for the cloud peak. Now the decision about the sweater 20, excuse me. So I got this epiphany last night. I have this yarn that I had put aside for a Jennifer Stein Glass pattern. And with this Jennifer Stein Glass pattern, I had planned to use these two yarns held together. I had initially had planned to make it a pink with white, but now I was leaning towards this green. It's a really beautiful beginner-friendly colorwork pattern. But last night, as I was just sitting, I was thinking about, you know, some of those varsity colors, because I want a colorwork sweater that's cable, but I want to ease into it. So what if I do the whole sweater in this green, and I ease into it by adding this pink in various spots of the pullover, in order to give it that, you know, when you look at certain varsity, like at the cuffs, they have the little stripes there and they have the stripes in the collar. And then I could do like a stripe in specific sections of the sweater just to blend it all together. So that's what I was leaning towards. I don't think I have enough yarn to do this. And the gauge for this, it will be pushing it, because this is a very light worsted weight yarn. It's considered worsted weight, but it's a light worsted weight. Let me hold it up so you can see. Can you see? So yeah, it would be a really light worsted weight yarn. I could get away with it, but it would be pushing it. And I don't think I need about, I think I needed about 1,200, because I'm doing a size 2. So I would need about 1,200 yards of yarn. And I think I have just 1,200 yards of the yarn. But the good thing is this yarn is really accessible. So if I do run out, I can always go back and, because I also have 150 gram skein of this, as well as several skeins of the smaller ones. And the smaller ones you get, let's see, for every 50 grams you get about 123, and the bigger one, I think it's already caked up, so I don't know. I bought 2 big cakes of it, so I'm assuming you get at least 300 yards of yarn in there. And I know it looks really small in the bag. That's because I jammed it all in here for that. So that's one sweater idea I was thinking about for that. But I was also thinking about this for the sweater, and I think it would be really pretty. So the reason why I'm leaning more towards this one is that A, it's already caked up, and B, I know that this is an Aran weight, and the pattern calls for an Aran weight yarn, whereas this is definitely just worsted weight. So stay tuned to me deciding. This is day 0 at either 10 o'clock tonight or midnight. I'm going to cast on my cable all over sweater. I can't decide if it's the Arctic Light or sweater number 20. The third option, I know I didn't even get to that one, that I'm considering is a Kim Hargraves pattern. Oh gosh, I'm showing you the pattern, my bad. Well, it's harder, it's Kim Hargraves, so it's not like you got much out of that. But anywho, the pattern is called Parker, and it is a DK weight all over cable. And let me see if I can find the page with the pictures. I love Kim Hargraves patterns because it's just a really beautiful, elegant design. The issue is that the patterns can be a little challenging to read. So here's a picture of it. Let me bring it in closer. And it's a beautiful, simple pullover that I was like, oh, maybe I'll do that one instead, because I have tons of DK weight yarn. The yarn I would use is most likely my Happy Place yarn. It's a 50% cotton, 50% merino. So it definitely would be great for the transitional weather that we're having. We're not having a very cold winter here in New England, so this yarn would be perfect for that. And I have just enough yarn to do both either the long net or the crew, because either or would be fine. So it really is just a matter of making a decision about which cable knit sweater. And then last night on my knitting group Zoom, one of the people had mentioned a pattern that I do own, which is called the wishbone pattern. And I plan to do the wishbone pattern with holding my Smitten DK yarn. Oh, let me put it. This is Grimm Smitten DK by Voldivine Yarns, Christine Lear's yarn. And I've been saving this yarn for a special project. It was super expensive. I spent almost $300 on this yarn, but it is so luxurious. This yarn has 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon for every 231 yards for 50 grams. I love the soft of this. This feels, I mean, it's so buttery against your skin. So I had planned to make the wishbone sweater with this particular yarn. Number one reason why is that I saw someone else do this in a darker color yarn. And I know most people don't recommend doing cables with that because you can't see it, but it looked so beautiful. It looks so beautiful. And I would love to have a dark color cable with this. So which is the reason why this is still the wishbone. I have not changed my mind. This has been the yarn dedicated for that. So I guess I have 4 all over cable options that I need to choose from. The reality is I am going to knit all 4 patterns. That's my 2024 goal. I want to knit 4 cable sweaters. The question is, which cable sweater am I going to start with first? I want to start with the one that's most beginner friendly, so that way I can work myself up. I've done Kim Hargraves as well as Veronica Lindbergh, both the Wishbone and Arctic Light are both Veronica Lindbergh. And I've also done a sweater 19. So that doesn't help. I've done all 4 designers patterns before, and all 4 I've had moments that I had no problem whatsoever reading the pattern, and there are other instances where I struggled. So that's not really a strong motivator. With the sweater number 20, what I really love about that particular pattern is the V-neck. I've never made a V-neck sweater before. I've made a crew neck sweater for myself, and obviously I've made myself a turtleneck, but I crocheted a turtleneck sweater, but I never made a V-neck sweater. I've attempted to make a V-neck top this 2 summers ago now during a knit along, and that came out pretty well. But I never made a V-neck sweater. So it sounds like I'm talking myself into sweater number 20. It just, based on everything, as I'm doing this, it's pretty clear to me that sweater number 20 is the one I want to do. So that's the one I'm going to go with. That's going to be my first 2024 cast on. So that's my goal for this year. I want to cast on sweater number 20, Arctic Light, Wishbone, and the Parker. Those would be my 4 cable pullovers, and Cloud Peak would be my cardigan, and I can't decide between Copenhagen and I have another cardigan. Oh, the throwback. The throwback. The throwback. We've been going through some things. I can't decide about the throwback. Oh. That's the problem with the throwback. There's so many different options. Sorry, I'm picking out a pimple. So many different options. But I never thought about using a blue sky fiber for the throwback before. The throwback is a Andrew Amari. It was one of her Rhinebeck sweaters. It's a cardigan. It's worked in worsted weight. It works up really quickly. The stitch pattern is amazing. You do this beautiful color work. You're only holding 1 to 2 colors at the most each time. And after you finish the color work section, it's all stockinette. So it is definitely beginner friendly. That will probably be my first color work sweater before I do Jennifer Steinglass. The issue with the throwback is that I've changed my mind so many times. It's not even funny. So I think we know where I'm going to go. I think that's going to be the Cloud Peak. I think this is about to be sweater 20. I keep saying 19, 20. That's going to be the Arctic Light. And I already got my wishbone. The Parker is my Hobie happy place because I love my girl TLY Crafts, Tony Lipsy, and I love Kim Hargraves. So put my 2 loves together and you have magic happening. But my throwback, I don't have a green cardigan. I don't. And I was just thinking to myself how I would love to have a green cardigan to go with my beige boots. Girl. And this is definitely a colorway that I can see in there. And I have blue because this particular yarn I would definitely do a yellow. I have a DK yellow. Oh my God. This is why I love this craft so much. Hang on one second. Stay with me. Stay with me. Don't leave me. Oh, look at this golden yellow. Look how beautiful. This is by Lola Beans. Oh, no, this is Lonnie Bonnie's Enchanted Yarns. I'm sorry. Lonnie Bonnie Enchanted Yarns. This is called Queen Beehive Queen DK. This is 100% superwash merino, 250 yards. Look at this, beautiful. Oh, whoa. That is a nice, that is nice. Now, to soften it, because I want bold color. Oh my God, I love all three of those together. Son of a biscuit. That looks dope. It looks dope to me. It may not look dope to you guys, but it looks dope to me because what I love so much about the throwback, she uses really bright, vibrant colors, but it's colors that go well together. And I just see all three of these. Oh my. I'm going to work up a swatch. I think when in doubt or when you're curious, work up a swatch and see what you like. The great thing is I have so many different little skeins of DK weight yarn, because if I decide I don't want to go, if I want to go something moodier, I have this navy blue that I can do instead of this color. It's just, this has been in my stash for a little bit, so I thought about doing that. That could work too. I like the navy blue. My issue is that it might get lost, and I don't want to get lost. The other thing is that I do have an orange skein of yarn in here somewhere, and maybe it's in the other stash container. Oh, goodness gracious. You know when you look in your stash and you're like, how? That's what I'm having right now. How did I accumulate so much yarn? All right, I'm getting off sidetracked here. Oh, that's why you don't look, Rachel, don't look. I can't help it. I'm looking. So many different options. So, recap, key takeaways. Cloud Peak cardigan will be cast on using the fisherman wool held together with lace weight yarn. Number 2, Arctic Light will be cast on, still sticking to my double Sunday, held together with my knitting for olive mohair in the color Ballerina. My wishbone sweater will still be cast on using my Voldivine yarns held together with Drops Kilt Silk and Shibui yarn. I bought some Drops Kilt Silk just in case I run out of my Shibui. I have just enough, but I don't like plain yarn chicken, so I wanted to be on the safe side. My first 2024 cast on will be the sweater number 20 holding Bare Naked Wool's Stone Soup yarn worsted weight held together with my Drops white. It doesn't have a colorway. It's just the color is, it's more of a white color. The color number is 38. And so you get, for those of you who haven't used Drops, you can see it's a little, it does shed a lot, but it's okay. I love it. So yeah, I know we got a plan. So I just haven't decided what would be my color work. I think it's going to be the throwback. And I think it's a really good idea to do the throwback in this beautiful green yarn. I just got to pick my other colors. I know the pink is definitely going to be one of the colors. The pink is a definite. The others, I'm not too sure, but I am feeling this color combination with because the blue will definitely pop out with the green, and the yellow, I think it will. I do have a more of a golden color that's not as yellowy that I can also use as well. And then obviously my pink. So, I love that. It's so bold. And I don't have any. I want to be bold for 2024. That's why I'm starting off the year with my purple hair. So we'll see. Thanks for tuning in to this super long vlog, and I'll let you know how it goes. So day 0, made a decision. Day 1 will be casting on. Fingers crossed it will go well.